Greetings and welcome to our video today. In today's video, I will take you through the HR management, which is under the interpretive simulations. So at the moment, we have just done the practice decisions, which were practice decisions 1 and 2. So we are going to work on the decisions 1 to 6 and also decisions 7 to 12. Before that, if you need help in the HR management simulation, text me on the email in the description and I'll help you out. So you can see that decision 1 to 6 starts on 18th, and currently it's due by 18th, decision 1 to 6, and then we'll have decision 7 to 12. So this means that we have 12 rounds in total, or 12 decisions in total to make. So first things first, this is the homepage, and you can be able maybe to see your due dates. Maybe you can also see the simulation results. Also, when you go to the next part, you can also see the simulation, whereby you can launch the simulation. You can also see the results, resources help, maybe your team, and maybe the assignments. So without taking much of your time, I'm just going to go direct to the decision so that we can make the decisions together for decision 1 of the simulation. So on your screen, we have welcome to HR management. Remember, we're just getting started for the round 1 of the simulation. So continue and skip. Let's go. So I'd already set my company name, and on the other side, on the left hand side, you can see the introduction, HR department, whereby you have the dashboard, whereby you can able to see this maybe department tips, or that. You have also the staffing, whereby you can see what's needed. This is now like a report for the HR department before you make the decision. So you can see the number of employees, the job levels, job level 1 to 5 under staffing. And under staffing, remember that we are talking about maybe hiring new workers, promoting new workers, or maybe we can also see the projection for the resignations, and also the projection for the projected turnover. Also, you can be able to see the job levels and the employees available and the total employees required, so that you can know if you need to hire new workers or not. Next, the demographics. Now the demographics, we're talking about now the people being being divided into groups. So you can see here the women, racially minorized groups, community labor force. We have the women and also the racially minorized groups. So when you talk about the demographics, maybe you're talking about the gender, or you're talking about the age, or that, and maybe if people have maybe disabilities or not. So you can see the employees that you have, how many are women, how many are maybe racially minorized, all that. Next, the compensation. And that compensation, we're now talking about maybe giving back our workers to our workers. Maybe wage, if they need a wage increase, maybe the quarterly wage rate, the estimated annual pay, the payroll. Also, we're talking about all that, and also the employee benefits. Next is the development, and when we talk of the development, maybe we're talking about spending money on maybe training or employee development products, maybe programs. We can maybe talk of maybe how we can increase productivity and the quality index in the company. Next is production. And then when you talk of production, we're talking about maybe the production targets that we have and the projected productivity in the company. And we have this graph here that has maybe the overtime, regular units, and maybe the required units, so you can be able to compare. Lastly, you have the employee relations, whereby we are talking about maybe the morale, the grievances, maybe also you can see the absenteeism of your workers and all that. So next part is actually the environment. And now the environment, we have four things to talk about. One is the wage survey, training survey, production survey, and performance survey. So when you talk of the wages survey, remember our company is called Humanic. So we can be able maybe to see the industry averages, the local median, and maybe the standard view under the wages survey. Next is the training survey, where you can also be able to see the standard view and the industry average of the training. Lastly, we have the production survey, whereby you also compare the standard view and the industry average. Lastly, performance survey. Also, you can be able to compare the standard view and the industry average in your company. So for me, after going through the report keenly, I decided to come up with these decisions for round one. Remember, we're going to make decisions together for decision one. So we shall start with the first part, which is staffing. So if you don't understand the report and you feel like you need some help, remember to text me on the email of the description and I'll help you out. Thank you. So under the decisions, first part that we're encountering is the staffing. So after going through the report very well, I decided to come up with this decision for the staffing. Remember, when you are doing decisions for the year, we have year one budget. So for me, I normally have this strategy that I'll spend 1 million out of 1,400,000. So for year one, I'll only spend 1 million, and mostly I'm spending on investing in the company or maybe building my company. So most of my decisions for this round are going to be building the company so that we can be able to have a stable company in the simulation. When I talk of building a company, I mean hiring workers and maybe not giving them maybe a lot of wages, and also I'm going to maybe give them some good training in the market, sorry, in the simulation, maybe in our company. So all I'm going to do in this round is hiring new workers and training the new workers so that they can be able to give us good productivity in terms of returns. So when you invest in your workers, that simply means that you're going to get enough or maybe good returns in the company. So we shall start with staffing, and under staffing there is decision. You have the overall, so you can go through the overall, and we are being told that under this department we have different job levels. So you have level 1 up to level 5. So it's good for you to fill the positions by hiring from outside the company, or maybe you can also promote the workers from within. So for this target of women percentage and maybe target of minorized, I shall just give it around 15% each. And also for level 5, I can see that under level 5, current level 5 employees is 20, projected resignations is 1. So how many workers do we need? Projected employees is 19, estimated employees required is 20. So this means that we need 20 workers in this round, or maybe in this year, and or in this level, and we have a shortage of 1. So we're just going to hire 1 worker so that we can have the projected employees as 20 and the estimated one as 20. Going to the next, which is level 4, we can also check that projected employees is 22 and the estimated employees is 25. So this means that we have a shortage of 3. So I'm just going to hire 3 workers only. Next, level 3, the projected employees is 42 and the estimated employees is 50. So I need to hire like 8 more workers in the company so that we can be able to match what the company needs. And then remember that I'm promoting from level 2, so this means that I'm just promoting the workers from level 2 so that they can come to level 3 instead of hiring new workers. But from level 1, I'll have to hire new workers because now we can't promote from level 0 because we don't have level 0. So level 2, I can also see the projected employees is 46 and our estimated employees required is 60. So I'm going also to promote like let's say 14 workers from level 1 so that I can be able to fill in for level 2. So that's it. Level 1, that means that now we are going to hire new workers. So I can see that the projected employees is 436 and the estimated one is 500. So this means that we have a shortage of 64 workers. So I'm just going to hire like 64 workers. And that's it. So we are matching, and we are actually satisfying the number of workers that we need or the employees that we have in the company, and I'll save these decisions. So at the moment you can see that we have spent 132 out of our 1 million. Remember I said that in the year 1 budget we're going to only to spend 1 million under the year 1 budget for this year. So we can see the analysis whereby maybe we have the total cost for the staffing and adjustments. The demographics also, you can see that women employees is at 13% and racially marginalized employees are 8%. Also, you don't have any shortage under the staffing, so that's fine for this round, because you can see the projected employees is 655 and the estimated is 655. That means that we have already sorted the shortages that we have, and maybe don't have any overage. Next is the wages. So under the wages, we are still also talking about the levels, and we're now talking about maybe paying our workers. So the wage rates for your firm are below average for the local community. So decisions concerning the level of wages and benefits are not traditionally the sole responsibility of an HR directed. So that maybe director. So for this one, we are talking about how we're going to pay our workers. So I'm just going to adjust maybe with 2%, then I can apply and see. So it will only be 2%, and then we can go through each and every so that we can see. So wage starting next quarter, they want 18,360. Estimated annual pay is 72,000. So I'm just going to maintain it that way. Level 4, the wage starting next quarter is 14,280. Estimated annual pay is 56,000. Level 3, wage starting next quarter is 12,240. Estimated annual pay is 48,000. So that's it up to the analysis so that we can compare. So wage adjustment being adjusted by 360 for level 5, level 4 to 80, level 3 to 40, level 2 to 100, and level 1 0.31. So a percentage increase of 2% for each and every department. Remember what I did under the overall. So I can also save that. That means that we have increased our wages a little bit. Next is the benefits. So when you talk of the benefits, we are talking about the holidays, the retirement, health, and maybe any other benefits. So for the holidays, I don't think at the moment I'm going to give our customers any, maybe our workers any holidays. But for retirement, I can just give them the employee funded plan. And for health also, I can give them the tier 2 low coverage. So under the other, I'm going to give them the term life, the tuition, and the incentive plan. So I can just say my decision. So when you go to the analysis, because actually those are the important ones, that means that we haven't issued any holidays. Remember, holidays, we're talking about the vacations and maybe the personal sick days. But for the retirement, I've given them the employee funded plan that costs $24,111. For health, also give them tier 2, that's lower coverage but more moderate deductible. And under other, I gave them all the three. So tuition reimbursement, incentive plan, and the term life and legal services. So we can also save our decisions under the benefits. Next is the training, and as I said earlier, our goal is to train as the new workers so that they can be able, so that can be a way of investing in the company. So the new or promoted employees, they want a budget. So minimum budget for level 1, I can see new hires and promotions 1, so cost per employee is 3,000, so they only need 3,000. Level 4, 2,000, that's 6,000 because they're 3. Level 3, 8, so they need 16,000. Level 4, 14, so they need 14,000. Level 1, 64, so they need 12,800. So I'm just going to go through now the managers. The managers, I can just give it, let's say, 20,000 for the training budget. For this, for the new employees, because we have 64 new employees, so 12,800, so I can just give it 13,000. For managers, okay, I can give it 20,000. For safety, let me just disperse for safety, let's say around 10,000. It's here, the 10,000. For quality, also I can just invest 10,000. Then we can see the analysis. So training budget for new employees, actually the minimum training budget should be 51,000. So let me just change it to around 60, let's say 52,000. Then for safety, training budget should be 10,000. Quality check, control checklist, and maybe employee reminders, supervisor spot check. So for this, actually we are matching with what we need, because we need our new workers to be trained very well so that they can be able to work in our company. So I'll have to save this decision because we have already invested under the new employee, or maybe the new employee training. Next is the programs. So under the programs, we're talking about these six. So one of them is the employee participation, grievance procedure, orientation program, HR information system, performance appraisal system, and the DEI program. So I'll invest in the employee participation because I want more workers to or I want to give more workers more control over their work and working conditions. And also the orientation program, I'm going to invest on it because it's only $3,000 and it'll help the new workers to adjust to the organization. So the performance appraisal system, also I'm going to invest on it because it will help some employees that complain to supervisors and manager that maybe to give raises and perks to those they like. So I'll invest only 5,000. And the grievance procedure, also I'm going to invest on it because I need to provide a safe way for workers to report problems to increase morale and maybe to decrease the turnover. The HR information system, and maybe the DEI program. So I'm going to invest on all these programs, and the maximum investment will be 47,000. So far you can see that you have spent 861,855 out of 1.4 million USD. So I'll save the decisions, and then I can now go to the special decisions. Special decisions, we are talking about maybe anti-sexual harassment policy. So you are being asked a question, and you need to go through your question before you make the decisions here. So that's your work, to go through your decision. Then lastly, you can check out decision summary. So under the decision summary, you can see what you have spent for this, the budget, staffing, wages, all that. And it's cool for you to go through it. Also, you can go through the reports and see what's available. And then after going through your decisions, you can now save the decisions, and you can advance to the next round if it's self-paced. So if you need help with the HR management simulation, text me on the email in the description and I'll help you on the simulation. So don't forget to share and subscribe to my video. Thank you so much and have a good time.